Did Jesus send Mary back to Salt Lake City to save this franchise? And what is everyone saying about it? Let's get into it. Bill got Juan's phone number. Just go ahead. Beginning of this was
And sweet
exclusive. Nicola, everything going
the whole
talk over the weekend. Unfortunately,
very sort of positive.
all right, what is up, you guys? I am so excited that it is Thursday. That means one more day till it's Friday. But before we get into today's video, I want to remind everyone, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. It does help me in the algorithm. Also, please hit like and hit the notification bell because I don't want you to miss out on anything that I upload. Okay, so the fans have been screaming for Mary to come back since I think season 3 of Salt Lake City started. I will say I did appreciate a lot of what Mary brought to Salt Lake City. I do think she brought this quirkiness. But there are some elements that were cringe for me in season 3. I didn't like that she skipped out on the reunion because it means that if she did it then, she would get used to not being accountable to things that other people on the cast would have to answer to. So maybe it was good for her to have a break off the show and not get entangled with all this stuff. And maybe it was good for her to focus on herself and her family. But I will say it was not too much of a shock to me yesterday after all the articles coming out saying that there's a cast shakeup going on in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I saw the casting page kind of putting out feelers closer to the end of season 3 of Salt Lake City. So I wasn't super surprised that there was going to be some sort of cast shakeup. I also understand that Jen Shaw not being at the reunion caused a big void for storylines and content in general. So much so that they somehow stretched out enough content to make 2 parts, maybe because they brought the friends of and made them sit on for a good portion of one of the parts. But nonetheless, it felt very let's make the best of it kind of thing, which it is what it is. That happens at times. The show must go on. But I think fans have been really calling for Mary Cosby to come back. And there was a few weeks back where I saw someone commented under one of Meredith Marks' posts on Instagram saying, please bring Mary back. And Meredith responded saying, I'm working on it. So I wasn't too shocked when I heard the news yesterday that Mary was going to be coming back to Salt Lake City for season 4, but this time she'll be coming on as a friend of role, which I think could be the best of both worlds for Mary. She gets to interact with people, but she's not held as much accountable as the others that are holding a snowflake. So I think this would be good. Meredith definitely, after this reunion, there's a lot of question marks. She did kind of contradict herself, especially when it comes to what she said about Jen last season versus what she said this past season and what she feels now, even though, Jen is guilty and she's going to be entering prison. I believe it's February 17th. So, it is interesting. She doesn't seem to be as upset or as disgusted, rather. So now a lot of you were in the comments of my TikTok when I talked about Mary coming back for season 4. And a lot of you don't want her back. And that's interesting because while I was talking about Salt Lake City this past season, I felt like every comment was, where's Mary? We need Mary. Mary should have been on. Mary shouldn't have been off. But now that she's coming back, it's like all the people that didn't like Mary, I guess, are surfacing, being like, no, I don't think that's a good idea at all. She's very cringe. And I agree. Like I said earlier in the video, I appreciate the quirky elements that Mary brought to the show. Okay. I love that. Many laughs. But there are a lot of parts that we saw that were cringe, especially the season before this past one, which was Mary's last season. And I don't know. I mean, she is who she is. She is unapologetically opinionated and will say sometimes the craziest things. But you know what? I think this is what this cast needs. And I think that depending on who else they decide to cast, there are a few people that have been sent to me as being, I'm not sure if they're friend of roles or they're snowflake holders, but there's one person in particular that doesn't seem to be a good fit, and not because of any other reason other than what her, I guess, views on certain things are in the political space and in the science space. So I think people are already calling out the red flags because we don't want another Jenny situation. You know, we don't want to get someone on the show and get invested in their story and then later find out, oh wait, this is a person that I would not want to associate myself with, let alone watch on TV. So I don't know where they will fall in terms of who they will pick for these newbies who are coming on. But I will obviously keep you guys updated. And please, please let me know down below. Are you excited Mary Cosby's coming back as a friend of? Are you not excited? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear like why. I know she's had cringe moments, but I'd love to hear some examples because, you know, I mean, I guess I could go back and watch her seasons, but yeah, let me know down below. And until the next video, guys, I will talk to you next time. Bye.